Flahavan's Oats is one of the oldest food companies in the country, and it's based in Kilmacthomas, County Waterford. The man in charge is John Flahavan, the sixth generation of his family to run the business. And I asked him how many oat millers are there in Ireland.
There are two millers here at the moment, ourselves and one other. But I was looking up an old directory and I found that there was, in the mid-1930s, there were 52 producers of oatmeal in the country. So there are 52 separate mills and it's now down to 2.
John, tell me how the oats get from the farm to my kitchen.
Well, we buy all the oats within maybe a 50 or 60 mile radius. So we get it from Waterford, Cork, Kilkenny, Tipperary, Wexford. That'll be for our conventional oats, and we also buy organic oats from all over the country, so that could come from even Donegal or Northern Ireland or anywhere. It comes in here into the mill, we do our testing. We take in enough to do us for the 12 months of the year, so we'll take in all our oats at harvest time and have it under our own control. We then bring it down and put it through the mill. First thing we have to do is you have to do there's a big lot of cleaning processes in it to make sure that you get the absolute purity of the oat. Then you have to take the oats and put it through a shelling machine. And the sheller, what it does is that you have a high-speed rotor that throws the grain against a plastic ring. That loosens the shell of the oat off the kernel, and we're able to separate them out that way. And then you'll blow off the husk using an aspiration. So a jet of air will take the rest of the hull off. Now, one of the problems you have in any milling process is that they won't get 100% shelling. So you'll get maybe 90% shelling, but you'll then have to separate out the shelled from the unshelled. And that's where we use the table separators. So the ones that aren't shelled will be reprocessed again. At that stage we have the actual kernels, and that leaves us with our byproduct, and we use the byproduct to generate all the steam we require in the mill. It fuels our boiler, and that gives us the steam to steam the oats before flaking, to dry the oats flakes after the flaking process, and also to give us all our space heating as well. It's a fully renewable energy source that's actually unique in this country, and I think there's only one other place that I've seen it used, and that was in the South Island of New Zealand. As regards to the kernel, that's actually very much like a grain of rice. It's like a long grain of rice. We can flake that, and that will make a jumbo flake, or we can chop it into smaller pieces, and that gives us pinhead oatmeal. And then when we steam and roll the pinhead oatmeal, that gives our regular porridge oat flakes. And from there it will go into the packing line to the different packaging processes.
And as well as the breakfast porridge oats, what other products do you make?
We've also do the organic as a very good business for us at the moment. It's very popular. We also do a lot of convenience products, single serving little tubs. We do them in single serving sachets. Our latest one actually is using it with added seeds, where we add pumpkin seeds, flax seeds, sunflower seeds and hemp seed. So we're always trying new product, always trying new innovations.
And I'd say your oats in America.
Yeah, that's a new venture for us. We've been exporting to the UK for a number of, we started in Northern Ireland, then we moved on to the UK in, I think it was 2003, and we're there in a number of the major multiples. We're in the American market now for almost 12 months. First of it we shipped over last November, got into the market there in January. And we're after shipping a number of containers at this stage, and it's a very interesting market because of its size. The US market will be worth $1.2 billion, so a tiny percentage of it will be very nice.
And John, are more people eating porridge?
Yeah, it's actually enjoyed a resurgence over the past number of years. People are recognising the health benefits a lot more than they did, and it's now a very fashionable product. And I suppose one of the main things about it is that you have a slow release of energy, and the slow release of energy is you can have your bowl of porridge in the morning and keep you going all day.
Now, John, when we cook in the restaurant, we use 1 part cream, 1 part milk, 1 part water. So we cook it the night before, warm it up, and we serve it with Irish mist, honey and cream. So we do, but people absolutely love it. Would you agree with that? Would you think that's a good way to start today?
I'd love a bowl of that now if you'll make it up for me, Neven.
Well, John, I'd love to have you up in Blackline to taste it. It's lovely to meet you, and I wish you continued success. Thanks a million, John.
Thank you, Neven.
Thank you. Breakfast for me is one of the most important meals we serve in the restaurant for people that are staying over the night before after a wonderful dinner. So we want the breakfast to be extra special. I'm going to show you 2 recipes, porridge, and it's the Mackneam porridge, which we're renowned for, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and just a very simple muesli. So first thing we're going to do to make the porridge is put in half milk, half cream. If you don't want to use the cream, you can use half milk, half water. And we're going to bring this to the boil. And this is what we call to scald the milk and the cream. Just give it a little whisk. And then we're going to add in our oats in here. So we're using the Flahavan's organic oats. Give it a little whisk. What you want to do is to have the oats beautifully cooked, lovely and soft, and they will absorb all that lovely liquid. Let this come to the boil, and this can take up to 8 to 10 minutes to actually cook through. No salt, no sugar, we just leave it as it is. Every so often I'm going to come back to that. What I'm going to show you now is some muesli. Wonderful. We all love muesli and granola and that kind of thing for breakfast. So what we do in the restaurant, we get first of all some nuts, and we have lots of varieties here. I have some toasted hazelnuts, some sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, and also some flaked almonds. So everything has been toasted, you know, in the oven at 180 and between 10 to 12, 15 minutes. It shouldn't take any longer than that. So next we have the Flahavan's oats, and they're already toasted. So you can see that there. Next thing I'm going to talk about is all the lovely fruits that we're using. Really great texture. First of all, dried banana, which is fantastic for potassium. Absolutely brilliant. Great texture in your muesli. We have golden sultanas, and these are beautiful. Dried cranberries. We started using a lot of them, beautiful and stuffy, but also in a soda bread for breakfast. We make a traditional soda bread with chopped rosemary and some sultanas and also some dried cranberries, and it's absolutely beautiful. The last thing we're going to put in here is some chopped, ready-to-eat apricots. Now, 2 other ingredients just to talk about. Wheat germ, fantastic for roughage, gives great texture again. So what I'm going to do is just sprinkle this into the oats, which are already toasted. Some linseed, which is gorgeous, and we also sometimes put in sesame seed, and they're already toasted. Them are nuts, just empty them all in. In goes the fruit. So that's your apricots, your cranberries, your sultanas, and your dried banana. And you could use dried mango, dried pineapple, even dried apples. And keep this will keep in an airtight container for a month. Now, so the next thing I'm going to do is just check my porridge. So we brought it to the boil, half milk, half cream, and we added in our Flahavan's oats. So I want a porridge that's lovely and soft and sloppy, and then reduce the heat a little bit, so it can't boil too rapidly. While I'm waiting for that to cook, we can serve up our muesli. What we're going to do is just with some fresh fruit. I love to serve fresh fruit for breakfast, and what we do is we actually make a fresh fruit salad. So we get fresh fruit, whatever's in season. I have strawberries here. We also have some bananas, and we have some grapes, just seedless grapes. What we do is make a stock syrup, which is equal quantities of sugar and water, squeeze a lemon juice, and we put vanilla pod into it. And sometimes we put star anise, which is an aniseed flavour, and cinnamon. It's absolutely delicious. So you can have this made for a day ahead, have your stock syrup in your fridge, and just always add your fresh fruit. So you just mix this through, and then put it into a nice martini glass. Get lots of that beautiful syrup. Now, just to finish this for the muesli, we're going to put some yogurt, and we're using the beautiful Glenesque organic yogurt. So this is the Greek-style yogurt. Spoon that on top. There's something I really love about desserts in glasses. Visually, you can see it. Now, the last thing I'm going to do, we're going to put our muesli. So this goes on at the last minute, because if you put this on half an hour before you're going to serve it, it's going to be soggy. We don't want that. So just sprinkle this over. Be sure to get lots of the beautiful fruits and the nuts. So the next thing we're going to do is serve up our porridge, which should be ready. So I still want it to keep the shape, a little bit of the texture, and more importantly, I want it lovely and dropping. So you just get your spoon. When you see it dropping like that, that's perfect. I'm going to bring it over. Now, to make this extra special, here's what we serve. We serve a little jar of honey. We use Neven honey, which is made in Kilkenny. A little jug of cream on the side so the customer can help themselves. And we have one other beautiful ingredient that we serve with it. So we put these into these small little bowls. And again, I'm using glass. So a nice big helping of that. And this is what makes it extra special, Irish mist. I've seen recipe for breakfast, yes, for breakfast. Some people ask me, do you mind sending out the bottle and a straw? And I said, no, no, you have enough. So just a good drizzle of the Irish mist. Tell me when to stop, guys. Okay, no one told me when to stop. So that's it. That's the Maguire porridge with the Irish mist, honey and cream. It's a favourite in the restaurant, our best-selling breakfast dish, and the homemade muesli with the fresh fruit salad and the Glennis organic yogurt. Now we're going to serve it up. Are you all ready to taste? Do you like to taste some?